Shocking news came out that Bakole knocked out Usyk and Dubois in sparring. Check it out.
With Usyk, I don't think he'll say yes because I haven't stopped him as well in sparring. I don't know, he knows how good I am. I don't know if he'll say yes.
You're making this up. You're making this up.
We've heard you say that you stopped Daniel Dubois and Usyk in sparring. Can you elaborate on that?
They never come back to say that I'm lying because they know it's the truth. And because, you know, when you go to spar someone in the gym, so you're not allowed to record it, because if I was allowed, I was going to pause the video. And I'm happy because nobody can, you know, say that I'm lying, so it's true.
I mean, the way Bakole destroyed Jared Anderson by knocking him out in a devastating fashion, this don't surprise me at all. Jared Anderson was supposed to be the future of the heavyweight division. He was an undefeated contender, and Bakole walked right through him. This is the reason why, to be an all-time great, becoming undisputed is not enough. Yes, that's the first step, but no, becoming undisputed doesn't automatically make you an all-time great. I need you guys to understand and realize the history of the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division have always had rich history. Back in the golden era, we had fighters like Joe Louis, Jack Johnson, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Larry Holmes, Mike Tyson, Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. Now, when it comes to Lennox Lewis, Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, these fighters in particular have records that have yet to be broken. For example, Muhammad Ali. When he first became a champion, he didn't just become a champion, he became an undisputed champion. Back in the day, there was only one belt. To get to that belt, you have to fight one killer after another. For example, in the lightweight division, we have Gervonta, Shakur, Lomachenko, Keyshawn Davis, Andy Cruz. Just imagine, in order to become a champion, you have to go through all of these guys and beat them in order to become the champion. That's what the likes of Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, and Joe Louis had to do. That's what they had to deal with. So basically, Usyk's journey in the heavyweight division so far to become undisputed is equivalent to Muhammad Ali at 22 years old, becoming the champion, becoming the undisputed champion, defeating and dethroning the Mike Tyson of his time, Sonny Liston. That's how Sonny Liston was perceived. Muhammad Ali was the heavy underdog, even though Muhammad Ali was a gold medalist. Therefore, all of Usyk's accomplishments in the heavyweight division so far at 37 years old, it took him years to get here. Well, Muhammad Ali did equivalence of that in a more dominant fashion by 22 years old, while Muhammad Ali was still green. He was not even in his prime yet. He was just entering his prime, and Ali had already done it. Remember, old media made the narrative, even if you're 23 years old, you are still green, you have no experience. Well, I guess Muhammad Ali at 22 years old, while he's still green, with no experience, already accomplished what Usyk accomplished today at 37. Now, what made Muhammad Ali the greatest of all time is obviously, as the undisputed champion, he defended his undisputed title 18 times. He beat all of the veterans. He beat the champions. He beat the young lions. He beat one killer after another without ducking anyone. Do you guys know how impressive that is? Well, that's not even all. Muhammad Ali did all of that while getting his prime years taken away from him. When Muhammad Ali, at the peak of his prime, when he entered the peak of his prime, they found a way to dethrone Muhammad Ali. Not in the ring, but outside of the ring. So basically, we never seen the best of Muhammad Ali. When Muhammad Ali had to go to jail, or he was facing jail, do you guys know, at that time, Ali was undefeated. He was untouchable. He was moving like a lightweight and punching like a heavyweight. He was unstoppable. Well, we never got to see Muhammad Ali at the peak of his prime, and he is still the GOAT, which makes it even more impressive. Then after Muhammad Ali fought against the Vietnam War and returned back in the ring, he was no longer the same like he was before that. You could tell he lost a step. Even then, he still managed to beat GOAT-level fighters the likes of Frazier and George Foreman. Then at the end of his career, he only started losing because he wanted to raise money to do good. Ali was donating most of his money to hospitals for cancer patients that can't afford it, etc., etc. Due to these reasons, due to Muhammad Ali being invited to meet presidents all around the world, receiving a king welcome, he had to keep fighting. And he kept fighting even though he had the disease called Parkinson. He was fighting while showing early signs of Parkinson's disease, which is why he started losing. And his Parkinson's disease increased because he kept doing that. He should have had retired a long time ago before he did. Anyways, Muhammad Ali became the first 3 times undisputed champion. And he defended his title 18 times against killers, one after another. He even challenged the Cuban sensation, one of the greatest Cubans of all time, the heavyweight, to come to the U.S. to turn pro in order to fight him because he had ran out of competition. He cleaned out the division to the point where there was no more smoke. Well, guess what? Lennox Lewis also did the same. Joe Louis also did the same. Do you guys know Joe Louis defended his undisputed title 25 times? That's the record, by the way. No one in the history of the sport, or probably in any sport, even the UFC, has defended their undisputed title 25 times. Even today, there's no one that came close to defending any title 25 times, let alone undisputed. Well, let me make sure you guys heard me right. Joe Louis was so special, he defended his undisputed title 25 times. Muhammad Ali was so special, he defended his heavyweight title, his undisputed title, 18 times, even though he got his prime years taken away from him. Can you imagine Muhammad Ali in his prime? What a beast he would have had been. Muhammad Ali was 100 years ahead of his time. Even though he got his prime years taken away from him, he still became the greatest of all time. That's how special he is. Larry Holmes is also one of the GOATs. So is Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis became a 2 times undisputed champion, defeating everyone he fought, or anyone that defeated him. He came back and beat them again by knocking them out. Well, Lennox Lewis didn't just become an undisputed champion 2 times. He didn't just do that. He also defended his undisputed titles against killers, one after another. One come to mind is Klitschko. After Lennox Lewis beat Klitschko, Klitschko went on to reign as the heavyweight king for an entire decade. Klitschko ended up beating everyone in his path and retiring without a blemish outside of Lennox Lewis. He was more skilled than Tyson Fury. He was better than Tyson Fury. That's the top of fighters Lennox Lewis defended his undisputed title against. And we're not talking about the Klitschko brother that fought Tyson Fury. Well, that's what Usyk has to do in order to enter the round with these heavyweight greats from the golden era, especially when he's in the heavyweight division during the dead era. He didn't have the competition that those fighters had during the golden era, meaning Usyk has more to prove. Yes, it's impressive to become undisputed like Usyk did. That's the first step you have to do in order to become a great. But you can't stop there. Just like the past great fighters I named, from Lennox Lewis, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, to Joe Louis. Those guys defended their undisputed titles against young lions on the come-up. After defeating the veterans, after defeating the champions, after becoming undisputed, they ended up defending their undisputed title from 18 to 25 times against killers, young lions, the likes of Bakole, Moses Thomas, Dubois, who truthfully already knocked out Usyk, or Parker, who Dubois is fighting next. And that fight can go either way. Until Usyk defends his titles against these young killers, that's when you can join him along with the all-time greats. That's when he can become one of the all-time greats. Perhaps at the bottom of the list, since the heavyweight division have a rich history. If Usyk defeat all of these guys, these young lions on the come up in the heavyweight division, and retires, then you can put his name next to Holyfield or something like that, which that's a huge compliment. That's a huge achievement. Last but not least, when it comes to sparring, just because someone did well in sparring or knocked someone out doesn't necessarily mean they could beat him in the pro ranks. Remember, Jared Anderson actually beat Tyson Fury up in sparring according to Bob Arum. But can Jared Anderson beat Tyson Fury up in the pros in a real fight? We don't know that. And we can't say that for sure, which is my point exactly. And that's why we got to see these fights. Usyk against the likes of Hunter, against the likes of Bakole, against the likes of Moses, etc., etc., etc. That being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
All this all-time great shit that's going on? All-time great? Are you kidding me? Man, look. Recency bias. Just because he beat the two best heavyweights of this era does not make him an all-time great. Usyk. That's what I'm talking about. Usyk. He is not an all-time great. Y'all need to stop with that. Literally has 7 fights, fought 5 guys in the heavyweight division. Okay, I can understand he got accolades. He cleaned out the division at welterweight. Not at welterweight, my bad. He cleaned out the division in the cruiserweight. I get that. Now he comes to the heavyweight. All right. I would say somewhat, I wouldn't say clean out, but yeah, he beat the 2 best guys in the division, right? And now y'all saying he's all-time great. Only got like 22 fights? Come on, man. Wow. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop it. He a legend in his own right. But all-time great, y'all tripping.